Water, 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 water.
Water!
We're talking about water.
That's
so
right.
Grab some water and listen in. Hi,
How
welcome.
are you? Yes, welcome to the Real Healthy You.
Welcome back. It's good to see you all again, or for you to see us again.
Mm-hmm.
Today
It's
we
good to
are
be seen, by the way.
Exactly. So we're talking about water today, and in this show we are going to give you all these amazing things that water does inside your body, so that you can get a real clear understanding of why you need to be drinking a good amount of water every day. So let's just talk water. So
And we just see water as just being a thing. You just drink water.
yeah, you might be thirsty. Maybe you drink some, or maybe you don't.
You never think how 70% of your body is water.
Yeah.
But who would have ever thought of that?
Your body's water. Like 3/4 of it is water.
That's how important it is.
Yeah. And so I know we just drink it if we want to, or we'd rather drink juice or milk, or we'd rather have whatever we'd rather have. But the body actually needs water. And I think it's one of those things that has gone it's been minimized, the importance of it. And we've not really been able to give ourselves really good reasons why you should drink so much water. And we're going to give you some really good reasons to help change your thinking and maybe shift your whole paradigm about water and what you should do with it. So let's go. Let's see. Okay, so water's essential. We just said that. It's your body needs it to survive. I mean, you can only go but so many days without any water.
Yeah.
Because your body needs that water to do every process in the body. Everything your body does, water is involved on some level.
Everything.
So let's see. Your cells, your tissue, your organs, everything needs water. I mean, you think about things like your mouth. What happens if you have a dry mouth? It's like I need water. So your mouth, your bones, your blood, all the fluids in your body, water. Your brain, your spinal cord, everything needs water. So we're going to be talking a little bit about what are some of the functions of water in your body. And, we hope that you realize water is so important that you're going to want to drink water, like during and after. You might be listening to us and have to run and grab some water because you're going to be so moved by the things we're telling you about how important water is. So if you already have water, good. But we'll see how long you can go without going to get yourself some water. So what are the functions? So
the saliva, I would never, I know my mouth is wet sometimes, but I would never think that it works with the saliva.
It creates, you need water in order to create saliva. You can't even create it without water.
Can you imagine? And with all the enzymes and all the stuff, we have enzymes, the mucus in it, all in that saliva. It helps. You just need water for even your saliva. To make saliva. I would never think of that. But
your oral health has to do with all of the acids that are in your mouth, all of the bacteria that are in your mouth, all of this stuff. So to have a healthy oral health, you have to neutralize these mouth acids. If you don't drink any water ever, at some point you get that, on your mouth.
Oh, I know it.
I know. Smacky, like I need, my mouth is so dry. Yeah, you need to dry mouth, dry throat, bad breath, all of these things. Water helps to get rid of the food particles in your mouth. It helps to not let your teeth
decay.
Exactly.
Let's
see. And your nasal, you know how you have your ears, nose, and throat are all ears, nose, and throat are all connected there in that sort of T shape. So the water helps obviously keep your nasal passages nice and moist as well, the mucous membranes and all of that, all down your throat, all of that. You think about electrolytes, sodium, potassium, chloride. All of these are carried with water. So, the electrolytes won't go anywhere. They'll just be sitting somewhere, right? You've probably heard about intermittent fasting. You maybe even tried it. Maybe it didn't work out for you. Maybe you didn't get great results. Or maybe you just need a reset. But either way, we've got this free intermittent fasting guide for you. It's got lots of colorful pictures and lots of information with a 2-week plan to get you started intermittent fasting. and enjoying the amazing benefits. So check the link below if you're watching YouTube, and if you're on the podcast, check the show notes. Get that link.
And it's easier than you think.
Yeah, so go get it. Speaking of electrolytes, I just finished drinking some electrolytes.
Oh yeah, you put salt?
I actually had some electrolytes.
Oh, you did?
Like a combination, yeah.
Oh yeah.
Powdered ones. So I didn't used to drink water much. I didn't like water. I actually had the audacity to say, I don't like water, and I just wouldn't drink it.
I think most people have said that at some point.
I just wouldn't drink it.
I know when you're young, you don't like water.
Yeah.
You want that sweetie thing. Of course, that's the addiction. But still, water was never quenching.
The only time I would drink water is if I was playing a sport or outside sweating or run, like I'm thirsty and drink water. But drinking water during the day and having a meal and having water or just what? No, I don't want to do that. I'm not going to drink water. And just be dehydrated and oh well.
It's funny you said that because if you think about it, when you were drinking water after your exercises or when you sweat or that was because you were taught that you needed to drink water.
Yeah.
After you did your gym or whatever, water, it just comes naturally that you drink water. But during the day when you're just doing your cute little stuff and you're just eating certain things, you want a sweetie thing or whatever, you don't think it's water in those terms.
Right. I mean, from school growing up, it's like you're in school, you're in gym class. Everybody runs around, then it's like, okay, everybody go get water. And you all line up at the water bubbler and you drink water, and so of course you're hot, you're sweaty, just give me some water. You're not really thinking about it. But if somebody passed you something else, soda or drink or you would drink that too.
Yeah, you would drink it.
About it.
You would drink it, but I think you would think it odd because
I'd be like, give me that soda. You in school, give me some soda. What you got? Let me get a waterfall. Let me just
yeah. It's sort of like I relate the water to the exercise.
For sure. And even your mucus, all of the mucus is largely composed of water. So most of that is water. So if you want to maintain the consistency, you need to keep it water liquefied, or else it gets kind of thick and sort of hard to move, and it doesn't do its job. You can irritate your respiratory tract because what's going on is you're not hydrated enough. So what happens is as you move these irritants, they move through your respiratory tract, they move along and they get where they need to get so that your immune system can deal with them. You don't want to have all these other issues that lack of water will bring to you. And we're not going to get into a lot of the
lymphatics and all that need to
be the lack of water.
Yeah.
We're gonna talk about that in another show where we'll get into sort of the negative side of that. But you just need water in all of this, the mouth and the saliva, in order to function properly.
Yeah, you do.
So that's one. Two. Wait. I think I need some water.
The throat. Yeah, see, that's fine. That's fine. That's fine. Yeah. Oh,
Switch
shut
it
up,
around.
Jamie.
All right. It also regulates body temperature. So we talked about sweat a little bit. So obviously, if it's hot outside and you're sweaty, you're losing water because it's sweating out of you, right? So you're losing it. So how are you going to replace it? Drink water.
That's true.
Right? Everybody knows that if you sweat too much, especially if you're someone who sweats a lot, just in heat or in exercise, you know how you start to feel. Like after a while, you need water. You need to rehydrate, put back in all the sweat that came out.
That's true.
So it's obvious that, the primary way that we cool down is through sweat. So when the body gets overheated, it pushes the fluid to the surface so that water traps the temperature, and it evaporates off, and it brings coolness to bring your body temperature down.
That's right. And if you have a thyroid issue, which I do, the Hashimoto's, it helps regulate, because the thyroid regulates the temperature. Having that water really makes a big difference because it's really needed.
Yeah.
It's really needed so that you are being regulated.
Yeah.
And the thyroid is doing its job. But if you're not hydrated, you will feel it. You'll feel the fatigue, and you feel all the symptoms anyway.
It's interesting too, though, is when people think of hydration, they immediately think of sweat and being hot. But believe it or not, being cold is another one. So when your body is really, really cold, so we said how the water helps regulate temperature.
Yeah.
So when you're really, really cold, your veins dilate. So vasoconstriction. Here they go. They get really tiny, which means the blood is going through a smaller and smaller place, and you're not getting all that blood flow, oxygen moving through the way that you would need to. So if you're really cold, you still need plenty of water to keep hydrated, keep the blood hydrated so it can keep moving. You don't want it to thicken up so that you're really not getting all of the blood flow and the oxygen that you need. So being cold is another way that the body uses water to get that
regulate
balance
the temperature.
of body temperature. Your body wants to be in homeostasis. It wants to stay in that ideal temperature range, not too hot and not too cold. So even a small fluid loss, even a small loss of fluid, like a little bit of sweat, that's enough to increase your body temperature. Just that small amount. So it's important that you
so many things are happening.
Yeah, small amount. Just imagine. It's not even like super dehydrated, just a little bit. And to be honest, most people are dehydrated on some level, or underhydrated at the least.
Oh, most.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
I mean, I certainly was. So what's another thing? It helps us excrete waste.
Yes.
And it prevents constipation. Water does that. I mean, I think we probably know that. Except the people who drink the fiber.
Right.
You know those different fiber brands, and you put the powdered fiber in the water, you stir it around, and it gets kind of this thicky kind of stuff. The psyllium, and it gets thick.
You don't want to depend on that,
and you
though,
drink
so,
it. Well, we can just start before we depend on it, we can just say people drink that.
They do.
And it's bulk fiber. It just bulks up, so it pushes everything out. That liquid, it gels it out. So imagine if you don't have any water. It's just, think about just that powder stuff, just the dry stuff. That's all you have. How is that going to work?
Also, too, it'll eliminate a lot of that you use in those products.
Right.
If you're really, really hydrated. Because the water will really contribute to you being able to go and do what you have to do.
Exactly. The kidneys, the liver, the intestines, they all use water to help really flush waste out. So you really need a flow of water to do that.
Yeah.
The kidneys, they filter waste. They filter from the blood. They produce urine. All of that stuff happens. But water needs to be present for all of that stuff to happen. So the less water you have, the worse that is.
And the less water you have, the more you depend on those other things. Like, what is it? That's fiber drink
the fiber
and all of
supplements
that.
and things.
Come
and
on.
the fiber, yeah.
So,
you definitely want to have more water. The other issue too is when you think about your urine. Your urine is pushing things out of your body that you don't need. So you don't want to not urinate. Like, you don't want it to just stay in your body. It's pushing out. The body is saying these things are waste. Please remove them, whether it's excrement, urine, whatever. I need it out. So the longer you let it sit in your body, it's vapors, it's toxins. It's why are you keeping that in your body?
that's true.
Drink water and flush all that stuff out. That's where it belongs, on the outside.
All the toxins will just flow out.
Yeah. I mean, in like I said, in the blood. I mean, you have blood all over your body, pints and pints and pints of blood all over your body. And if there's stuff in it that doesn't belong there, we need to be flowing it out, right? Or else it's going to keep recirculating all throughout your body, which is not what we want at all. Your lymphatic system, it needs water.
Especially, yeah.
Like, you've got lymphs all over the place, and lymph vessels, and your whole system of your lymph system. It's pushing all of the things that we don't want away.
That's right.
Water is needed just even for that. So we've already used it for saliva. We're using it for our excrement, prevent constipation. And we're talking about, just some people have to take medications and like stool softeners and fiber and gummies and all these things to help this happen. And I understand if there's certain things going on, maybe you had surgery or you had certain things happen, or the way you're eating, you just haven't gotten a handle on it yet. But ultimately, you want to get to the point where drinking plenty of water will help your body to do those things on its own. And that's kind of the ideal goal that we're shooting for.
Yeah. Is to the body to do its own thing.
Yeah. Yeah. Absolutely. So what else?
Digestion. That's
Absolutely
so important.
Yes. Digestion and nutrient absorption is definitely a thing. Yeah. And water, obviously. Digestion.
Breaks down the food. Yeah.
Yes. And you got to absorb the nutrients. So the water actually helps the nutrients to pass through the intestinal walls, pass into the bloodstream. The water is helping all of that. So yeah, we definitely want to absorb as many nutrients as we can. We don't want to be eating food with nutrients and not getting the nutrients. What's the point of that, right? So that definitely helps with that.
Not only that, but getting the nutrients, it helps you not eat as much.
That's true. And we have a subject on that as well.
Oh my goodness. Oh yeah.
That was a little teaser.
No, seriously, it's really, really powerful. Water is so powerful in so many ways that we just take it for granted.
We absolutely do. Let's see. Yeah, so it lets you feel fuller. So if you drink more water, you feel a sense of fullness. It slows your digestion down and lets everything kind of move. The fiber, you know, you have soluble fiber. The water will help gel it up a little bit and kind of move things along and give you a sense of fullness while all that is happening. So that's super cool.
That's a key right there, sense of fullness.
Especially
if you're looking.
It's so cool because I know, you probably know some kids. Put it in the comments. If you know kids, your own or others, or maybe it was you. Maybe it still is you, right?
Yeah.
That you drink all this drink and then when it's time to eat,
you're full.
Right. So how many times as a kid it's like you wanted the drink tastes so good and you drink the juice or the soda or like Kool-Aid if you're back in the day, Kool-Aid, and you would drink it. It's like it tastes so good. Drink one or two glass, and then it's time to eat, and you're like you eat two. I'm full. You filled up on liquid. What are you doing?
I know.
Oh my gosh, one of my youngest daughters and you know who you are.
Yeah.
Drinking until it's like, really, I need you to
talking
eat.
about sugar down?
Oh my gosh, yes. And then the boys, so listen to this story. You guys might think this is funny. The boys would drink, we didn't really have soda that much when they were growing up. So when we'd go out to eat as a family, we would let them get soda, and they loved Dr. Pepper. So they would get Dr. Pepper. And so they might have been like 10, 11, like in that range. So they weren't all 10 or 11. There's 6 of them. I had 6 of them. So they were ranging from, like, I don't know, 6 to 16 or whatever, in that range. But the boys were all in that 10, 11, 12. So they go and get Dr. Pepper. And those glasses at the restaurants are really pretty big, right? So then they get a refill, and the server's bringing around refills, and they're just happy as they can be, and they're just drinking. One of them jumps up and goes, "Watch this." And he starts jumping up and down, and you could hear the gurgling in his stomach from all the drink he drank. I could not believe it. Me and the girls were looking at, I have 4 boys and 2 girls. So me and the girls are looking at each other like, what? And the other boy goes, "That's nothing." He jumps up and starts. And so they're kind of like competing for who's gurgling the loudest. And the girls are all looking at each other like, there is no way we would have thought of something that ridiculous. That's such a boy thing to do. Like, what on earth? But I think of that to this day. Anytime I see someone drinking a lot of liquid, I just think about, watch this.
And it's funny too, because they always wanted the refill.
Oh my gosh.
And it's so
drink. I don't know where you
like
put it.
one after another.
Oh my
I'm
gosh.
saying, where's this going?
I know, part of that young people stuff. But I'll tell you what, it does make you feel full. So you can appreciate that. So you don't want to get full on a bunch of junkie, but drinking water will help you to hydrate, give your body everything it needs. And then if you have to wait a little bit to eat, so be it. Water was good. That's fine. A healthy gut, it helps a lot with a healthy gut. Your gut microbiome, it's filled with all of these bacteria and all these enzymes and all this stuff going on in there. And hydration actually balances all of that biome, your microbiome. It supports your intestinal secretions, your gut, your waste removal. All of that is supported in the gut by water. And we all know the gut plays a huge role in how we feel as people. If we feel healthy or not healthy, the gut really plays a big role in that. So working towards a healthy gut is absolutely a plus. Yeah. So water, and more water for that.
Yeah.
So what else? You were talking about something earlier about losing weight. Yes.
Can lose weight.
Yes.
Drinking water.
Yeah.
I'll give I have a helpful hint. I don't know if we'll mention this in another podcast, but what I found was, as healthy as water is,
yeah,
drink your water before you eat.
Oh yeah, this is a great hack. Share it.
You drink your water before you eat.
Mm-hmm.
When you eat, do not drink water. Do not drink anything.
Right.
No liquids whatsoever.
Yeah.
None whatsoever are you going to drink.
Right. Right.
So.
That's a great hack, because if you drink before you eat, you kind of prime your stomach, you fill it up a little bit.
It's almost like you're cut a little fullness.
Mm-hmm.
And then when you eat your great food, your nutrient food,
yeah,
you will be absorbing, but your digestion, everything will be all by itself doing its thing, all by itself.
And you won't be watering down your stomach acids.
That's
either.
the key.
Right.
If you drink water when you're eating.
Or drink anything, really.
Anything.
Yeah, I get that.
Anything.
Yeah.
You stop it completely. You what is it called?
Well, you don't want to water down your stomach acids.
That's exactly
you want them
what you're doing.
Break the food down. Like
you stop the process.
Yeah.
The natural process. You stopped it. In other words, it's going to do stuff, but it's not going to do stuff.
Yeah.
And you want to make sure that you don't interfere with that with any liquids.
Yeah.
Let your liquids go ahead and do it so that it grabs all the nutrients, and then after you eat, you can wait about 20 minutes or so and then drink, because now the digestive process has been completed.
Yeah.
You haven't interfered with it.
Yeah, that stomach piece.
Otherwise, you're
pushing into other places like the intestines and stuff.
So, like we do all the time, we interfere with the whole intelligence, all that innate intelligence.
We do.
Keep messing with it.
We do. We absolutely do.
Yeah, don't drink. Don't drink when you eat anything. Don't drink anything when you eat.
So it can help you feel full. It can reduce your hunger, because you're feeling a little bit, so you may not overeat as much because you kind of already started with something.
You're not diluting it. That's what it is. You're not.
Yeah. And a lot of times people mistake hunger for thirst.
Mm-hmm.
Like a lot of times they'll say, I'm hungry, but in fact they're really thirsty.
Mm-hmm.
And the way you know that is if you drink, a glass of water when you're feeling that way, and just wait a few minutes and see if you still feel equally as hungry. Then you'll know whether it was thirst or whether it was actually hunger. And so a lot of times it's thirst. And so we tend to overeat because we think we're hungry, but it's really thirst.
Absolutely.
So that's definitely a real thing.
And always drink when you're thirsty.
Yeah. In fact, when you're thirsty, your body already was thirsty.
It's telling you.
By the time it's like, hey, I'm thirsty.
Yeah, it's telling you.
Yeah.
Right.
It was already like, hopefully they're going to give me some drink. Hopefully I'm going to get some hydration. They're not telling me, hey, I'm thirsty.
That's right.
I'm thirsty.
That's right. Come on.
Yeah, by that time.
We're mean.
So it can
Don't you think we're mean?
I just think we don't recognize.
I think we're mean.
The more we realize what our body needs, the more we want to take care of it.
Okay, so when you what is it?
Know better.
You know better, you do better.
Yeah, for sure. So drinking water can rev up your metabolism and help you burn a little bit more calories. Believe it or not. Ooh, who doesn't want to drink water now? Drink.
Hey.
It's just it's essential component of your body, and all your natural processes, they really need water, especially, ready? Breaking down fat. Your body needs water to break down fat. So if you are perpetually underhydrated, or even to the next level of actually being dehydrated, fat is not going to be able to be broken down if you don't have water. So that's another thing you can take and go, geez, let me make sure I am getting plenty of water in my system.
Because I don't want to hold this fat.
I don't want to hold this fat. Tell it to get gone. Yeah, for sure.
You go, baby.
And the last one we're going to talk about.
Fat is not where it's at.
Fat is not where it's at. No. You can maximize physical performance. So who doesn't want to
Yeah.
be the best physical they can be? This can be athletes, all the way down to you just getting up in the morning out of the bed and going to work. You want to have physicality. You want to have a good physical structure. You want energy. You want your body to move and have mobility. You want all of these things, right? And so water maximizes that.
Exactly. It converts it.
Absolutely.
That's right. You're converting your food, and now you got energy.
Exactly.
You know,
because that conversion process, hydro needs water. Need water for that. Also, it allows oxygen to reach all your muscles, and it helps them work efficiently.
That's right.
So if I'm trying to crawl out of bed and I have to get dressed and I have to go to work, can you imagine if your arms and legs didn't move? How are you? You need that.
That's
so
right. Yep.
You need your muscles to do what they got to do, and how they do that is the water helps to push the process along.
Like they said,
so that
water,
the muscles,
water.
water.
That's right.
The cartilage in your joints. I know there's some people who know very much what this is all about. Maybe you have bone on bone in your knees, elbows, hips, something.
Whatever.
Ouch, that
That's
hurts
right.
so bad.
Yeah.
Water. I mean, once you've gotten to bone on bone, no, because it's there. But to prevent that, to get ahead of that, you want to keep your joints lubricated. Water, your spinal discs, between every single disc, all of that between is water is needed in between there to buffer that. 80% of your spine, the discs in your spine, made up of water. So water in between. Look at all the joints you have in your body. If we listed them now, there's just so many. Right?
Yeah.
I mean, just my fingers, just alone. Each finger has 3, right?
Right.
Plus the hand, the wrist, the thumb, the opposing. I mean, what?
Don't we have a whole lot in that foot?
We have so many joints. Water, spine, water.
Oh my
Lactic
God.
acid tends to build up when you move a lot. So particularly if you're exercising or taking a walk at lunch or whatever, the lactic acid starts building up. Do we want it to stay there?
No.
No, we don't.
I like going in the pool for that,
Oh yeah.
because there's no lactic acid buildup when you're doing all that
Not when you're
exercising
moving.
in your pool. Yeah.
Well, the exercising makes the lactic. When you're moving those muscles, it's going to build up. The thing is, if you drink water and flush it away, that's the important part. Is you can't just do all these workouts. There's no athlete who works out who does not understand the magnitude of hydration.
It's true.
There just isn't.
That's
You
true.
just can't perform the same if you're not hydrated properly, and the balance of that.
Yeah.
So you want to make sure you don't have inflammation, pain, compression in your joints from lack of water. So drink water. And the last one is it helps you with your physical activity in lessening your discomfort. I mean, if you want to go for a nice walk, you don't want your joints to hurt and your body to feel,
and all that,
or to lack the energy because your food didn't convert. I mean, you want to have, and even arthritis, yikes. Water is going to help prevent a lot of these things through our lifetime. So plenty of water. I hope those are some good reasons. Yeah. Think about which ones you really related to the most out of all of them. And let me see if we go back through them. We had create saliva. It helps to create saliva in all of the mouth oral health. Regulates your body temperature.
Yes.
Hot and cold.
Absolutely.
Helps to excrete waste and prevent constipation.
Yes.
As well as digestion and nutrient absorption. All of that about eating and absorbing and wasting. We want that to go well. And then losing weight and maximizing physical performance. So think about which one of those, one or two of them, really stand out to you, and let that be your why. When you have to drink water, those can be your whys.
Why? That's right.
Yeah, I want to have better physical performance. I want to be full and not overeat or junk food, snacky. I'm going to drink water. So give yourself a reason to drink water and hydrate and keep your body happy and healthy. Yeah. So, what else? So we can conclude by saying,
drink water.
Drink water.
It's so important.
If
it
you're
really
not used
is.
to drinking water, though, it might be, a little bit of a habit form. Like you might need time to form
It might
this
be,
habit.
it could be a bother too to you.
Yeah, you might need to
get some water.
I know, and then I'm going to have to have a bathroom break all day, every 2 minutes because I drank all this water.
You'd be surprised.
We hear that a lot.
You'd be surprised how that's a biggie for people.
Yeah.
They don't drink water purposely.
Yeah, because you don't want to have to.
For that, especially if you have special events or you have
you're busy,
whatever.
Yeah.
You want to sit at that desk and you don't want to get up out of there.
Yeah.
But then again, that brings the movement. You see how everything works together because you want to get up out of that desk, out of that seat. You want movement.
Right.
So.
Right.
Water is just as important.
The water when you're, I started drinking water, I have to go to the bathroom every hour, every 2 hours, it seems forever. A lot of that is initial. So just think about this as your body doesn't understand because you haven't been giving it the water that it needs. And it's not efficient at sort of processing the water, absorbing the water, pushing it away. It's not as efficient at that. So don't give up too quick. Do plan it. The best way you can to make it as convenient as possible.
Yes.
But know that after, give it some days, give it a couple weeks, and you're going to notice the body starts becoming a lot more efficient at using the water that you're taking in. And sodium helps with that too, making sure you have enough sodium, pink salt, sea salt, Celtic salt, whatever, to help the water get into the salt is like the water's friend. It helps it get into the cells and into everything. Right. So don't take it right away as, I'm not going to do that. Give your body time to adjust, and I promise you, your body will be happier. You'll be more energetic. Light your mood will be better. Everything, and your body will just be plain healthier. So
and no table salt.
And not table salt.
No table salt ever.
Sea salt, Himalayan salt.
Yeah, your Celtic salt and your, like you said, the pink Himalayans.
Right, yes.
Redmond
sea salt.
Real salt is really good.
So there you go. So go ahead and get yourself some water and come and see us next week where we're going to talk some more water, some more amazing reasons you're going to love. Some of them there's a couple of really good reasons that you're going to really appreciate.
Yes.
So come and join us next week and we will talk more water. So have a great week.
Yes,
and take
enjoy.
your temple back. Bye.
Bye-bye.